Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. Oh my, Nick is back for Brooke, Ridge loses it, and Taylor's heart palpitations are back. Ridge Forrester rejected Brooke Logan's advances, according to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, but that doesn't always mean he wants to see her with someone else. We anticipate that Ridge will give birth to a litter of kittens if Brooke moves on with his brother Nick Marone, Jack Wagner. B&B enthusiasts, here's what you need to know about this hot, delectably soapy situation. Taylor, Ridge, Nick, and Brooke. Massimo Marone was Ridge and Nick's biological father. Since he was brought up believing that Eric Forrester was his father, Ridge developed a sibling hatred when his secret brother showed up. Disputes over that Sav are part of this. To be honest, is there a Ridge-related man that Brooke hasn't slept with? The bedroom in Brooke is real. We think there will be fireworks when Nick Marone sees Brooke when he returns to B&B. Will Ridge order Nick to stop? Coming from the himbo who is currently dating Taylor Hayes, but completely in Ridge's wheelhouse, it would be Ridge. We can definitely see Ridge and Nick fighting over Brooke again, as they did in the past. Ridge may secretly wish for Brooke to return, but how would he free himself from Taylor's control and run the risk of putting her on the verge of death once more due to broken heart syndrome? The new shotgun wedding is broken heart syndrome. Ridge's life revolves around broken heart syndrome. Since Ridge can't imagine Brooke with anyone else, old conflicts may resurface if she is with his brother. Hot B&B spoilers hint that after Ridge dumps her, Brooke will turn to Nick for solace. After becoming best friends with Tay-Tay some time ago, she talked a lot about being an empowered big girl. What happened to all of that? Do you recall how she was happy without a boyfriend, blah, blah, blah? Hope's love life is as dysfunctional as it is because of this. Brooke retracted her promise. On June 13th, Nick will make his debut for fans, and we have a strong suspicion that Brooke is a major factor in his decision to return. Do you want to watch Ridge and Nick fight over Brooke, B&B fans? Or would you prefer that these adults mature and make wiser decisions? Make sure to read up on all that's going on with B&B at the moment. Can't handle your ex moving on with your brother? Ridge ruins Brooke's reunion with Nick. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, B&B, Ridge Forrester might sabotage Brooke Logan and Nick Marone's reunion. Will Ridge discover that his ex's relationship with his brother is too much for him to handle? Although Ridge's Forrester position is frequently discussed, we must not overlook his actual ancestry. Massimo Marone, Ridge's biological father, was also Nick's biological father. Given that Nick and Ridge are half-brothers, there's a chance that their intense sibling rivalry will resurface now that Nick will be returning to the show. They might find themselves in familiar ground because Ridge and Nick have already fought for Brooke's attention. Ridge hasn't really let Brooke go, even though he is currently sticking to his commitment to Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig. Ridge may secretly want Brooke back, but given everything Taylor has been through, he could be hesitant to break her heart once more. It's possible that Ridge chose Taylor for the wrong reasons, which could cause their foundation to become unstable as time goes on. Furthermore, Ridge has demonstrated that he finds it hard to see Brooke go on to date other guys. Selecting Taylor while Brooke is unmarried is one thing, remaining faithful to Taylor while Brooke is falling for someone else is quite another. According to B&B teasers, Brooke will in fact seek solace from Nick as she attempts to move past Ridge. Nick will resume his affair with Brooke as they embrace another opportunity at happiness once he returns on June 13th. Ridge won't like it that much, you can be sure. Once Brooke and Nick begin making plans to live happily ever after, Ridge might find it difficult to focus on Taylor. Ridge can become envious of Nick's return and start battling for a new future with Brooke. If Ridge begins to make predictions about his own new chapter with Brooke, it may lead to some confrontations between Ridge and Nick in the future. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Ridge might change his mind and decide to go after Brooke in the future. Keep checking back for more updates on her romantic journey. Nick Marone is back for Brooke, while Dr. Bridget Forrester is back for Liam's case. Fans may anticipate Dr. Bridget Forrester's return for Liam Spencer's, Scott Clifton, case, as spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that we have some comings and goings information to share. In the meantime, Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, will see Nick Marone again. Dr. Grace Buckingham will want some assistance at the hospital during the week of April 14th to 18th. Although Liam's medical progress is being monitored by Dr. John Finnegan, another physician will receive updates on his status and provide input. Ashley Jones will return to the role of Dr. Bridget Forrester and provide her professional judgment to begin her most recent return stay. Regretfully, Bridget will concur with Grace over Liam's dire prognosis. According to BNB's weekly preview video, Liam might be coping with an incurable brain tumor. When Grace and Bridget bring the most recent case information to Finn's office, he will be taken aback. As Kelly Spencer, Sophia Parras will also be getting more airtime, so expect Liam and Steffi Forrester's, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, daughter to take a hard hit. Additionally, the week of April 14th to 18th will be when Steffi will reveal some disheartening news. The Big Daddy-daughter dance that Kelly wants Liam to attend is all she can speak about these days. Since Liam wanted his experience to remain private, Kelly is unaware that her father has been fighting for his life in the hospital. For the time being, Steffi may continue to respect Liam's desires, but she will still need to inform Kelly that Liam will not be attending the dance. Naturally, Kelly will want to know why, so we'll see what justification Steffi provides. Steffi can state that Liam is out of town, or she might merely provide a general explanation that he is ill. In any case, Steffi might not be able to spare Kelly another blow in the future because Liam's health problems appear to be about to worsen. Last but not least, Jack Wagner, ex-Frisco Jones on General Hospital, Nick Marone on BNB, is back. When Nick returns to Brooke's life on June 13th, her romantic life will abruptly improve. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke will eventually get back together with her ex-boyfriend, and she also makes some predictions about her upcoming chapter with Nick at her side. Just after Ridge selects Taylor, Nick Marone reappears to upend Brooke's life. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Jack Wagner will play Nick Marone again on June 13th. Will Nick's unexpected arrival rekindle old feelings and add to the drama in the never-ending love triangle, as Brooke is devastated by Ridge's decision to choose Taylor? Returning to upend The Bold and the Beautiful, Nick Marone. Fans of The Bold and the Beautiful have some exciting news. Jack Wagner's confirmed comeback as the ebullient shipping billionaire Nick Marone has the soap opera world in a frenzy. Viewers may mark June 13th as the day of his first appearance on their calendars, since filming has already begun as of April 10th. His timing couldn't be more ideal. A blast from the past results from Brooke's broken heart. Brooke Logan's relationship with Ridge Forrester is in ruins, leaving her at a difficult crossroads. Brooke must pick up the shards of her broken heart as Ridge once again selected Taylor Hayes. However, a familiar face returns to Los Angeles Harbor just when it looks like there is no hope left. Deadline claims that Nick Marone's surprise comeback will rekindle long-suppressed emotions and provide Brooke with the solace and security she much needs at this trying time. Nick's visit triggers a flood of memories after she has experienced heartbreak and the agonizing awareness that her relationship with Ridge may be irrevocably damaged. His magnetic personality might be just what Brooke needs to overcome the baggage of her turbulent relationship with Ridge. A complicated decade-long history. As the son of Massimo Marone, who arrived in town for the first time in 2003, Nick will be remembered by longtime fans. Nick, who is currently in charge of Marone Industries, soon found himself enmeshed in some of the most dramatic plotlines on the show, including one that involving both Brooke and Taylor. Nick has a long history with these two women. He became just another male with whom they have a falling out over the years. In one of the soap opera's most startling turns, Taylor carried Jack Marone, Nick and Brooke's kid, through a donor egg scenario that permanently altered everyone's life. Given that Taylor and Ridge appear to be back together, it's unlikely that Nick's reappearance won't rekindle past animosities. Everyone is wondering if these three characters will cause history to repeat itself. Speculation is sparked by Nick's return. After 9 years of drama, passion, and intrigue, Jack Wagner first left the role in 2012. He made a brief comeback in March 2022 to celebrate the soap opera's historic 35th anniversary, but this current engagement looks to be more significant. Nick's return will undoubtedly upend the Logan Forrester-Hayes triangle that has dominated the show for decades, even though specifics of his upcoming plot are yet unknown. Will Brooke be tempted to return to Nick? Will his presence make Taylor feel threatened? And how will Ridge respond if he sees Brooke's previous flame again? Fans are suggesting that Nick could be the key to ending the never-ending cycle between Ridge, Brooke, and Taylor because of the timing of this casting announcement. Is this the new beginning Brooke has been longing for? Brooke's ex-boyfriend Nick Marone, played by Jack Wagner, makes a comeback. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke Logan's ex-boyfriend is making a reappearance as Nick Marone, played by Jack Wagner. This is indeed good news, as Deadline claims that Wagner is filming a new plot arc. Wagner's first airdate will be on June 13 because he reported to set on April 10. Nick's tenure will begin with a fantastic episode that will undoubtedly have a significant effect on Brooke. Brooke had been hoping that they will finally be reunited with Ridge Forrester. Given that Ridge and Brooke are frequently depicted as the destiny pair who always end up together, it makes sense that Brooke would want to preserve the ideal. But in the upcoming weeks, Brooke will be forced to reflect and consider whether or not Ridge is indeed her destiny. As Brooke's hope of a reunion begins to wane, she will begin to wonder what her true future holds. Nick's unexpected homecoming will create new opportunities for Brooke as she copes with heartbreak and comes to terms with the possibility that her relationship may be permanently destroyed. Brooke and Nick will reunite at the ideal moment because Nick is her ex. Nick will come back into the scene to provide Brooke the support she needs just when it looks like there is no hope left. Nick and Brooke will easily settle into a routine, allowing their connection to blossom once more and preparing Brooke for a fresh start. Brooke may even begin to question whether Nick, rather than Ridge, is her fate. Nick's reappearance is a pleasant change after witnessing the Brooke, Ridge, and Taylor Hayes love triangle so many times. When the program can change things up, it's always good, especially if it means reintroducing a fan favorite. Before leaving the role in 2012, Jack Wagner made his B&B debut as Nick Marone in 2003. Wagner returned for a full narrative this time, despite his brief presence in the 2022 35th anniversary episode. There's a fair potential that Brooke and Ridge will still wind up getting back together because, of course, we all know how this show works by now. Nevertheless, Nick ought to provide Brooke a fun diversionary relationship and a new path to pursue, at least temporarily. As additional information about Jack Wagner's comeback role as Nick Marone becomes available, we'll be sure to share it. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke might make some depressing predictions about her romantic life in the upcoming episodes, but Nick will then show up and win her over again. There was a noticeable sense of tension in the Forrester mansion because Brooke Logan had finally found the strength to get back in touch with Nick Marone, who had once provided her with safety during the most trying times in her life. Years had passed since their turbulent love story, which had been full of passion, treachery, and second chances, but now fate had reunited them. Ever the charmer, Nick had made contact under the pretense of a new fashion partnership, but their lingering looks and unsaid exchanges suggested something much more serious. Even though she was apprehensive, Brooke couldn't help but feel butterflies in her chest when he gave her his usual smile. The beginning was innocent, at least. However, Ridge Forrester, Brooke's intermittent spouse and the father of her kids, couldn't take it any longer. His hands tightened, his jaw clenched, and his eyes darkened with that familiar storm of possessiveness the instant he learned of their rendezvous. Even though he had moved on and often shown Brooke his love life, the thought of her finding happiness with someone else, especially Nick, his own half-brother, was intolerable. The hypocrisy was almost comical. Ridge had flaunted his relationships with Taylor, Caroline, and even Shauna in front of Brooke, yet his ego was crushed the moment she even ventured to consider dating another man. The innocent scenario. The plan for Brooke and Nick's reunion was to be private, a quiet dinner at her house, catching up on old times, and maybe even tentatively exploring the possibility of a new friendship. However, Ridge, who has always been a skilled manipulator, happened to arrive without warning. When he strode in, his presence was abrupt, disruptive, and unavoidable, like a thunderclap. Ridge's eyes blazed with something much darker than the fake humor that permeated his voice as he asked, Well, what do we have here?" Brooke's back tensed. Ridge, this isn't what you think. Ever the diplomat, Nick smiled courteously. Just catching up, Ridge. No need for drama. Ridge, however, would have none of it. He smirked sharply and asked, catching up? Is that what we're calling it now? Funny how you two always seem to catch up at the worst possible times. The tension in the air increased. A mixture of embarrassment and rage caused Brooke's cheeks to flush. You have no right to barge in here, Anne. No right? Ridge interrupted, taking a step toward her. After everything we've been through, after every time I've fought for us, you're really sitting here with him like none of it matters? The detonating conflict. The debate that ensued was explosive, with accusations flying, old wounds being torn raw, and Ridge's envy exposed for everyone to see. Brooke replied, "You don't get to dictate my life, Ridge. You moved on, repeatedly, while expecting me to just wait around." Nick, who was caught in the crossfire, attempted to diffuse the tension, but Ridge ignored him. "Stay out of this, Nick. This is between me and my wife." The focus on the wife was intentional, it was a territorial takeover. Or is this your revenge? First you steal Bridget from me, now you're after Brooke? Ridge then delivered the final low blow. Brooke's eyes flashed with rage as she gasped. How dare you bring Bridget into this? Nick got up, growing impatient. That's enough, Ridge. You're way out of line. Ridge, however, was far from finished. Am I? Or am I the only one who sees the pattern here? Every time Brooke and I hit a rough patch, you swoop in like some self-righteous savior. The repercussions, a rekindled love triangle. The harm had already done when Ridge rushed out. Nick was frustrated, Brooke was shaken, and any chance of a calm reconciliation had been dashed. However, the actual query persisted. Why was Ridge unable to accept Brooke's departure? Being possessive? Regardless of how many times they split up, Ridge had always considered Brooke his. Feeling guilty? He knew deep down that he had repeatedly harmed her. Was he worried that she had finally had enough? Rivalries between brothers? Ridge had always harbored resentment for Nick. Their complex past made this much more intimate. It was obvious that Ridge wasn't prepared to let go. Additionally, Brooke would destroy everything before permitting happiness to be explored with Nick or anyone else. The final turning point, was this Ridge's original plan? One may say that Ridge desired this altercation. When he interrupted Brooke's reunion, white heavy checkmark reaffirmed his authority over her. White heavy checkmark made Nick aware of his position. White heavy checkmark made sure Brooke's feelings were attached to him rather than Nick. And the scariest aspect? It was successful. Brooke's heart pounded as she gazed at the door that Ridge had slammed, but it was filled with conflict rather than rage. Because Ridge Forrester still had a grasp on her spirit despite the fact that he had injured her and that they had damaged each other numerous times. Is there a brain tumor in Liam? More unpleasant news for Liam is hinted at in the Monday, April 14, 2025, spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Poor, heartbroken Kelly Spencer. Sadly, Steffi Forrester Finnegan must inform young Kelly Spencer that Liam Spencer will not accompany her to the daddy-daughter dance. It could be necessary to substitute John Finn Finnegan. Despite Liam's desire for his health to be kept a secret, do they inform Kelly that her father is seriously ill in the hospital? Bridget Forrester is taken in for a consultation at the hospital since it looks like Liam is having a seizure. When Finn mentions how fortunate the man is to still be alive, Dr. Grace Buckingham and Bridget have some news for him. It appears that Liam has an incurable tumor. That would account for the abrupt lightheadedness and fainting he experienced in Dollar Bill Spencer's living room. Will Finn find a method to cure Liam at the last minute and be the miracle rescuer that he was with Eric Forrester, John McCook? This all seems very familiar, especially since Bridget is working on the case and Liam is keeping everything under wraps to spare his family's feelings. Channeling her inner Brooke Logan, Luna Nozawa. According to teasers for Bold and the Beautiful, Will Spencer is incensed that Luna Nozawa is in the building when she reveals herself, but she simply puts on her best front before taking off her clothes. While Electra Forrester is away, Luna models for Will by trying on some Brooke's bedroom lingerie, just like Brooke Logan. Along with Luna's grandmother, Luna's mother has a busy day. At Il Giardano, Sheila Carter and Poppy Nozawa, Romy Park, eventually square off. Poppy has some harsh things to say about Sheila, and Sheila brands her a slut. It's amazing to believe that only a few weeks before to the revelation of Luna's true identity, these two were quickly becoming friends. Sheila finds it incomprehensible that Poppy would leave her daughter in such a manner. Additionally, she is furious because Poppy wooed her 18-year-old son. The fictitious LA Italian restaurant quickly devolves into a food battle. Luna's audacious plan and Liam's life-altering diagnosis. Spoilers for Monday, April 14, 2025's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful hint at some exciting drama to come. For Will Spencer, Luna Nozawa gets down to her underpants. Liam Spencer, meanwhile, receives a brain tumor diagnosis. Is Liam already doomed or can she be saved? Let's discuss what will happen in the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. The life-changing diagnosis of Liam Spencer. Fans can anticipate seeing what happens with Liam in the upcoming episode. Liam had emergency brain surgery in the hospital. Although Liam's future is now uncertain, the physicians were able to relieve the pressure in his head. Initially, medical professionals believed Liam would fully recover. They were concerned about brain injury at the same time. It appears that the situation is even worse than anyone anticipated. A sneak peek shows Bridget Forrester and Grace Buckingham breaking some shocking news to Finn. Intel by John Finnegan. Regretfully, Liam appears to have a terminal illness. Next week's weekly preview footage features a meeting between Finn and Bridget Forrester and Grace Buckingham. Finn finds out that Liam has a brain tumor in his hospital office. Furthermore, there is no way to remove this tumor. Despite the bad news, Finn managed to save Eric and Thomas Forrester. Liam may therefore still have a chance to live. Kelly Spencer's carnage. According to teasers on The Bold and the Beautiful, viewers may anticipate hearing some devastating news from Steffi Forrester Finnegan to Kelly Spencer the next week. Kelly couldn't wait for Liam to take her to the father-daughter dance. Regretfully, Steffi must inform her daughter that Liam will not be able to attend. Monday, April 14. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna's audacious plan and Liam's life-altering diagnosis. Kelly wants to know why, of course. Instead of giving an explanation, the promo footage shows Steffi holding her daughter. Steffi will eventually have to inform her young daughter of the truth about what happened to her father. Luna Nozawa's allure. Additionally, fans should anticipate Luna taking a risk. She removes everything now that she's entered Forrester Creations wearing a disguise. Luna asks Will what she should try on next while burying herself in just her panties. This appears to be the moment when Electra Forrester enters. Even though Will presumably doesn't interact with Luna, it could be a little distressing to see her adversary wearing underwear.